Hi, welcome to Nations Finds. I'm Mandy. I am an online reseller with eBay, Poshmark, and a little bit of Amazon. Today we're talking about the dreaded return. So many new sellers or people considering becoming resellers always say, I am so scared of returns. I'm here to tell you it's not that big of a deal. So I'm going to go over my stats for the last 3 months on my returns and in the different categories. So this is my first chart, and it's my return rate was only 2.14%, meaning only 27 of my it was like 1,264 transactions actually did a return. For me, that's 9 a month. That's really easy to process, and I probably returned them back into stock on most of those and then resold them again. So I'm not out anything. On our store, we offer returns for 30 days. I do not offer free returns. It's easier for me. If the customer wants to return it for any reason, they can return it, but they have to pay for it unless it was an error on our side. They also do not get a refund of the original shipping. In my listings, I include all kinds of pictures, all kinds of information. If it's clothing, I have the fabric tag. And then also, if they have any questions, they can just shoot me an email. So I rarely refund shipping, unless of course it was an error on our side. My thought is that if I was shopping, I would want to be able to return something if it wasn't something I wanted. So we do the same for our customers. So on this chart, you can see what was interesting is the drastic difference between my jewelry, clothing, and everything else. So most of my orders was jewelry. And in Christmas time, I sold a lot of jewelry. And I have consistently sold about 50% of my orders as jewelry. My listings is about 55% jewelry. So it's interesting, I've sold a higher percentage though. But anyways, my returns are also lower by like three times lower. So that's good news for me. I rarely get a return on jewelry. You don't have to worry about fits. You don't have to worry about, I didn't like how it felt, the sizing. It's much easier on jewelry. So you get less returns. My margins are probably better on clothing, but the jewelry takes up less space and then there's less returns. So I'm really leaning towards even making a bigger percentage of my items as jewelry and watches. So that was really good on that category. This next chart is the return rate based on the condition. So I am really surprised at this. I really didn't realize this until I pulled these reports up the other day. My used clothing is the best return rate of 1.76%. I would have thought that the new stuff would have been better than the used, but that's not the case. It's actually both new and new other. New other is typically a new with defect or a new without tags. I do primarily use clothing, but I really would have thought that the used would have had a higher percentage rate. Anyways, I'm happy with that. Very, very happy. So I'm on the right track of doing primarily used clothing. But again, only 18 returns in 3 months. We were talking, what is that, 7 returns a month out of 300 a month. 300 clothing a month. Don't be scared of returns. This next one, this is the last chart, is the return rate based on the purchase price. So my sweet spot is like $25 typically. If you look at my average sales price, is about $25. So you can see most of my orders are is less than 40. That's my best my best rate of 1.66%. The higher the price, well, not quite the same, but the higher prices have a higher return rate. Interesting that I had 11 orders over 100 and only one came back. And that one came back because I didn't have something listed in the title or in the description. That was an error on my side. If I had had that, it wouldn't have come back. So really, that would have been 0%. So my 40 to 100 would have been the only ones. That's interesting. So it's at 40 to 100. I'm assuming because it's under 40, most people, if something's wrong, they don't want to mess with returning or something like that. Maybe that's why it's lower. They have lower expectations for the piece. Not sure. But again, if you're worried about returns, for me, the lower bracket is not so risky. Okay, well, I hope this was great information for you. If you have any questions, comment below. And if you like this, please click the like. And if you want to see more content from me, go ahead and hit subscribe and click the bell. Okay, I hope you have a great day. Talk to you soon.